In what could be a preview of big Democratic elections in years to come, Congressman Joe Kennedy III campaigned alongside Chris Pappas in Manchester, touring the floor of Granite State Manufacturing.
This is about making sure that the people of New Hampshire are well represented in Congress. And I'm also excited to be a part of a new generation of people that are running for the House this year.
Kennedy welcomes the youth movement and a more diverse Democratic Party. He believes the 2018 election is a turning point.
When it comes to retirement security, economic security, health care, and then the basic fundamental values of our country, everything from college affordability to immigration to climate change, all of that is at stake. Not to mention trying to make sure that there is some oversight over the executive branch. Now, like what he's doing or not, just trying to make sure that there's some accountability, I think would go a long way.
Pappas says it's about more than just getting elected. People need Congress to start solving problems.
We've got to put some wins on the board for the people of this state and the people of this country.
For the congressman, this is strictly about the midterms, but there is always another dimension when a Kennedy visits first in the nation, New Hampshire. He deflects any talk of 2020, but acknowledges there is an opportunity to lead.
To roll up your sleeves and dive on in and to try to make this, our system, a bit fairer, a bit better, a bit more democratic.
The Eddie Edwards campaign tonight slamming the Kennedy visit, saying, quote, as more of her loyal foot soldiers come to the Granite State, it has become crystal clear that a vote for Chris Pappas is just another vote to hand over the Speaker's gavel to Nancy Pelosi. Also in New Hampshire tonight, Kirsten Gillibrand, U.S. Senator from New York and a possible presidential candidate in 2020. She's doing a pair of events with Democratic candidate for Governor Molly Kelly. They stopped by Granite State Candy in Concord this afternoon to talk about paid family leave. The senator has filed her own legislation to address the issue, far more sweeping and ambitious than the state-level plan backed by Kelly. Gillibrand's bill offers up to 12 weeks of paid time off for workers, women or men, who have a new baby.
What the federal plan can do is lay on top of the state plans to supplement it or to replace it if states never get to the point where they want to have their own paid leave plan. So they work together really well.
When asked about her political plans after the midterms, Gillibrand was not playing ball, saying that other than helping Democrats like Molly Kelly, she is focused on her own Senate race back in New York State. Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.